What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at iRacing's newest car with the 2025 Season 2 update, and it is going to be the new ARCA series car, new ARCA NASCAR race car. Obviously you can see it on track right now. I'll be driving the Chevy SS, but they also have the Ford Mustang and the Toyota Camry. Looks very similar to like the Gen 6 cars from NASCAR's heyday back in the early 2010s era. But as you can see, we're going to be driving this newest race car, kind of checking it out, seeing how the handling compares to the Gen 4 ARCA that we were so used to over the last couple of years. And as you can see, I am currently driving that car around the new Portland racetrack that just also got released, and I am quite surprised with how well driving this car is around this track. I mean, this was the first time I drove it. You know, this is probably my second or third lap right here that you're seeing. Very, very good driving. Very, very good driving track. So, as you can see, we're going to be jumping inside. We're going to be jumping in and out of the car, just so I can give you guys both points of view as to how this car drives. You see it handled that curve very, very well. Very, very limited hopping. You didn't really feel like your tires spinning or anything like that. So the brakes are also really, really good. It was hard to lock the brakes up. Obviously, you don't want to really push more than about the 60-70% threshold. You definitely don't want to go over 80 because you are going to lock up over that. But even on this flat racetrack, as you see me going through, this is some of the more demanding turns that you're seeing me go through right now. Really no issues with the braking under power with this car. And then it gets up and goes very, very easily. Shifts the gears very smooth. You're not having any wheel hopping in any of the corners or anything like that when you're downshifting. But then again, when you're going through the S's, I left my car in second gear pretty much the entire time. So as you see, I'm coming through here, probably third gear, dropping down to second again. But again, there's really no like differential grab on the rear tires. So very, very good driving car around the Portland track. Now you're going to be taking a look at it as it's going around the Homestead racetrack. I did try multiple different lines with this car at this racetrack. Obviously the top line, which is the best line to go around this entire track. But then also I tried putting it on the bottom line. And the one thing about this race car that you're gonna find when you race it in iRacing is that front right tire, you use that tire up. Even at Homestead, riding around the top, like I did, as you see, I'm using kind of like the middle to bottom line now through turn 1 and 2. It takes a lot to keep that car down there. And even when I was running around the top line, that front right tire definitely wore out after about 20-25 laps. So it's not the easiest driving car out there for like tire wear, which is pretty similar to the older style car. It's just the one thing about this car is you can kind of send it into the corner and the tires just hold on. You don't lose your back end like in the Gen 4 car. Very, very easy to keep your line. I don't feel like I'm going to lose the car out of every single corner. So you can see me here going through turn 3, turn 4, kind of hugging the top line. Again, it's not hard. It's not hard to hug that top line. You know, you don't feel like you're going to lose your car if you got to turn that wheel an extra few degrees to keep the car on a solid line. You don't feel like you're losing the bottom end of the car. You can see how much steering input I'm putting into this car to keep it down the bottom, and it's just demanding those right side tires to have all the grip essentially for the car. And that's where this car, especially at this racetrack, and I did a race at Charlotte really ate the tires up on this car. My right front was gone in 11 laps, and that was me trying to hug the bottom. And you see we're coming over here to Bristol now. Bristol, I ran the top line pretty much the entire time. I did not notice any fall off. I probably did 40, 50-ish laps. And obviously the tires fall off after a certain amount of time. However, over that 40, 50 laps, I didn't notice a significant fall off to where I had to back out even more when I was in each corner. It still held my line. It held my top to middle line very, very well. And as you can see, I'm putting a lot of steering input into it, kind of like at Homestead, but it's still not, the car is still very forgiving. It's still holding, and the tires were not wearing out all that fast at all at this racetrack. Very, very good driving car overall, and I think a lot of people are going to love racing this car at a lot of different racetracks. So now you see us going over to the Phoenix Raceway, which we just got done watching that race probably about a week ago, week and a half ago at this point now. So we saw the ARCA cars going around the track. Obviously, we know going around Phoenix, the quickest way around the track is staying actually on the racing surface and on the racing line. However, and that's what I did in this lap. However, we're going to jump ahead to another lap where you see I take the dog leg completely out. It was very difficult to try to keep that car underneath the yellow line to try to take as much of the corner as I could. As you saw that one, I kind of only halfway sent it into the dog leg. But I think this time around I'll actually get, I get a lot more bite out of this one. Try to get all the way down, as far down as I can. And you don't get any off tracks for that. You are encouraged to cut the dog leg if you want to at Phoenix. But you see, I could only hold the middle line. So there's benefits, and then there's going to be some disadvantages with it as well. So you can see I'm cutting that extra 50 feet off, and it's working to cut the 50 feet off. The car will go down there. iRacing's not penalizing me for going down there, which is fantastic. However, keeping that car down towards the bottom line, which, as you can see right here, this was actually my fastest lap that you're watching inside the car. I don't remember what it was at this point, but it was significantly different than if I cut the dog leg off. Sure, I'm saving that 50 feet, but I'm not getting the grip that I need coming into turn number one, which was the problem that we saw in real life NASCAR as well. Because you see, I can't get all the way up, so I can't hit the apex of the middle, so I kind of stay around the middle line. And if you're racing around cars, you can't be shooting up and down and around the racetrack like that. You gotta hold your line, so you're gonna have to back out of it significantly. So racing around the cars, I have noticed about probably a good half to a second and a half worth of being cut off for trying to cut the dog leg off. So take it for what you will. Obviously, when you race here and around with the cars, if you feel like cutting that dog leg is going to help you out, then do it. But just remember, you're also going to be demanding those right side tires, like I was just talking about at Homestead. You're going to be demanding that they try to hold on. They won't. Well, that's pretty much it. You see, I'm just doing a couple of laps right now around Martinsville. I was just kind of playing around with the car at this point at just different tracks, especially knowing that some of them are going to be coming up in the near future for the official series. Very, very nice car to run. I don't have many complaints about it at all, but when you're racing it, just make sure you watch out for your right side tires. Like I've been saying the whole video, the right side tires it's going to be the bane of your existence. You're going to lose 2 and 3 seconds per lap, depending on what track you're at, if you eat those tires up in the first 10 to 20 laps of the race. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and remember to check back for all my other videos. Have a good night, guys.